again. A little 360, a little 180, a little 360, a little 180. Welcome. Crafting Lore Season 2. It's Monday. Hopefully everything's going well with you guys. I know it's a very depressing day. Your weekend has just come to a close. Ugh, what is fucking life? But Minecraft. We got shit to do. We got people to impress. Welcome back. Hopefully you got something good to sip on. Hopefully you got something good to munch on. Because this episode, we're actually going to get into some of the projects of crafting lore. Today, we're going to be working on something called the Grand Exchange. Now, if you didn't watch the first episode, what the fuck are you doing? You're not going to understand what's going on. Go watch the first episode. It explains some of the mods that I'm using and kind of what the series is going to be about. If you're watching episode 2, it might be a little bit confusing, but you're welcome to stay, of course. You don't have to go watch the first video. No one's making you. But we're going to be working on the Grand Exchange, and I'm going to roll a video because I want to kind of go over my build style as well, which kind of might help some of you guys out. Honestly, everything I say and do is not aimed at helping or inspiring. I'm just explaining kind of what I do that helps me get inspired, and hopefully, you know, I could reach out to maybe a small group of people for some of these things. And something that I like to kind of do with my build style is it is not premeditated. It is not planned out. And in my real life, this still is real life. I don't know why people say that, but you know what I mean. So in my real world everyday life, when I'm not jumping into Minecraft and building awesome things, I'm a planner, and I believe I got that from my dad. But even in my little friends group, I am definitely the planner out of everybody. But when it comes to this game, it's just that shit just turns right the fuck off. I find it kind of challenging to plan out a build in creative and then recreate it in survival. The only time I've really done that method is when I'm building something so massive that the scale would be really fucking sad if I didn't plan it out properly and have certain things in play. And that's like the only time I've ever planned something else. And the only time I've ever done that is I'm working on something called the Scorched Hammer, which I talked about in the first episode. I planned that out in creative. I just remembered every time I sleep or every time I log in, I have a data pack that tells me what day it is. I just think that's kind of nice. Brain, where'd you go? What were we just talking about? Grand Exchange. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. We did indeed not do it. We were talking about freestyle building. I went back and just watched where my brain derailed. Freestyle building. Now, I watch BOO, I watch Ethos Lab. BOO, as far as I know, he does use the wool trick. He places some of the wool down, replaces that wool with said block type. I've never been able to do that. I've tried doing that. I don't get as inspired as just straight up trying different things and taking them down and trying different things and taking them down. It's always been like that for me. And I'm going to roll a clip right now, and it's what the Grand Exchange used to actually look like, and we're going to talk a little bit over there. All right. Boo bitch. So this is my first attempt at the Grand Exchange. The reason I wanted to kind of show you guys this was so you can see that my build style doesn't always yield immediate results, and you know, it's okay to fuck up. It's okay to at least try and fucking build something up, even if it means tearing it down. And most people, including myself, you know, usually tweak as you go. You build a wall. I hate that wall. Tear it down, rebuild. I build a wall. You like the pillar, but you don't like the backdrop, so you change the backdrop. You maybe like a wood type, but maybe the color's just a little bit off, so you change the wood type. Shit like that is what probably everybody fucking does. But occasionally, I'll build the entirety of a fucking project and stand back and be like, yeah, I don't like fucking any of this. And I'll straight up restart. And the nice thing about it is you can kind of take away from the first attempt. And if you always tweak as you go, you're never going to see something in full. And when I saw this thing in full, what actually gave me the idea when I was building the 2 separate chambers is it would actually be a lot cooler. Oh, I hit my mic. It'd be a lot cooler if the chambers where I'm going to actually put the villagers, instead of they were just kind of to the left and to the right when you walked in, if they were floating, if they were on lifts. And as the day kind of goes on and as the market is trading, those lifts actually kind of shift to show kind of what side is selling more. I think that's kind of a cool concept, and we're going to try doing that right now. What the heck are you doing down there? Come up here. So currently, this is the Grand Exchange. Not done at all. We got lots of works. We got a lot of work to do. But the kind of premise of this area, the city of Lornruck, is very bumpin' during the Breehearth Festival. I mentioned that in season. God, my brain is on a fucking. I need a nap or something. Jesus. Where's my brain going? So episode 1, I mentioned something called the Breehearth Festival, and once a year, the city of Lornruck and the Scorched Hammer, which again I'll be building out here, holds a festival called Breehearth Festival, and that's when the Scorched Hammer sells netherite ore, the only place in all of crafting lore to get nether. So another thing I want to mention right now, what's with all the Endermen over here? Look at this, guys. They have a little cult of blocks they've stolen from my base. Hey, Timmy, look what I stole from Flimflammer this time. Oh, Jonathan, sick fucking grass block. Like, what the fuck are they doing? Why are they all over here? I don't understand at all. I get so distracted. I don't know what I was talking about. I've been seeing these Endermen come and go over here, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Why are they only kind of flocking over here? Breehearth Festival. Yes. So during that, the city is obviously seeing a surge in visitors for people to visit and buy netherite. It's the only place you can get it is here, so that creates definitely a monopoly in this location of netherite. So it's during Breehearth, it does a lot of things for the city is pretty much what I'm saying. I'm looking for a fucking bed. Where did I leave a bed? And one of those things is an increase in people. So with the Grand Exchange, merchants, people, they can go there, and if they don't have just straight up gold, they can exchange goods for goods. They can also post if they need something. So if they're looking for 300 wood for a project, they can post there, and they'll say they'll pay this much, or they'll trade 300 wood for 600 fish, just shit like that. People will exchange. People don't always have money back here. There wasn't as just such a good sense of, I guess, an economy, if that makes sense. The economy we have now, where you get a job, you go buy stuff with your own money, like that is very different from probably what it was back then. I'm not some history fucking major, but I can't imagine everyone had a job, especially if you grow up in not a developing area. If you just live with your family, you're not going to have a job. Maybe your family's a family of hunters or something, and you trade fur at the local town or the big town next over or some shit like that to get some money or get some milk or get some other substances. Imports and exports, I will always say, is such a good way to help build a city out or a kingdom out. And this city, especially during the Breehearth Festival, is going to be a very busy city. So I feel like this exchange area is going to be kind of a cool area. I'm going to try to make it one of the most alive areas in Lornruck. I'm claiming to be your immersion captain, right? Something that I believe that helps with immersion is animation. So creatures, fireplaces, stuff that has animation, particles, stuff like that goes a long way. It just, something that's moving is more alive, and I believe it can make a more immersive environment. So I'm going to have some like animals in cages, just for selling and trading. Maybe even some mobs, maybe a mob or two in a cage. Some fireplaces. I might even have some note blocks underneath that you'll only be able to hear when you're down on this level, and it'll be like bells going off now and again, and little market noises. If you imagine walking through a market, it's not gonna sound like it's not. I don't even know what it's gonna sound like, but it's gonna be full of sounds. I can't really describe what sounds those will be, but it's just going to be there's people trading, there's animals, there's stuff being built, there's fights, there's law, like there's so much going on in a tiny little market like here, and I just want to make sure it's as alive as possible. Something I got to do is breed a bunch of villagers. I'm going to go do that right now, and I'm going to come back to you guys. If I haven't slept yet, and I think I'm going to go eat. I think I'm going to go nap, because brain go numb right now, and I'll be back with you guys fresh and ready to build. All right? Well, hello there, and welcome back. I've had my nap. I've had my snacks. Also, 48 hours has gone by since the clips that you guys were just watching. So I've been mulling some things over, the Grand Exchange, we took down again. This is the third time. But the third time was indeed the charm. I am happy with what we have, so let's show you what I got. Now, this is technically just the entrance to the Grand Exchange, but I'm very happy with it. And I keep saying the Grand Exchange, and I might even actually change the name of it, but it is a marketplace where instead of where you buy things you buy goods with gold, you can exchange things for things, goods for goods. Some people don't exactly have a lot of coin to just blow on one go, so maybe they're lumberjacks, maybe they're miners, maybe they're hunters or whatever, and they get by trading their way up. So they trade 10 leather for a new iron pick that has a efficiency and a fortune 1 enchant, so they can get more minerals while they're down in the mines, or a lumberjack to get a better axe, or just trading for food, and you can trade for anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be a weapon or a tool. You can exchange a golden carrot for a piece of wood if you really wanted to, and that's the point of this area. Is it's an area where you could get anything you want, essentially, without spending any money. So this area is going to be full of little stalls and little markets where people are going to be trying to trade items. And I know this kind of seems like another area that is going to be full of shops and stuff, kind of like Merchant's Pass, but hopefully the way I've explained it, you'll be able to differentiate the two. So Merchant's Pass is definitely more for outsiders, people visiting Lornruck, and as well as, of course, the residents of Lornruck, because there's lots of products there. There's also stuff that they normally can't get, and that's why Merchant's Pass is going to be more bumping than the Grand Exchange. Because there are items in Merchant's Pass here that you actually can't get in Lornruck because they have foreigners coming in and setting up shops. Like Maru, for example. She's going to be selling mushrooms and some bee-related products. That's not something you would come across necessarily in Lornruck, which is a very cold climate. So she came up. She's clearly doing well for herself. Look at the size of her shop. She came many moons ago, and she's been selling honey and flowers and mushrooms because the residents of Lornruck don't have that hot commodity. So this area is for people who want to buy items with gold and also buy items that are harder to come by, where the Grand Exchange is more of an exchange of goods. Now, Lornruck, it sounds like they got a lot for, well, in my brain now that I'm saying it, it sounds like they got a lot for like an economy. They got a lot to do with exchange of goods, buying goods. They have a lot of merchants and stores, and I think that makes sense because this area is going to be so far from everything else we build in this world that I think it is kind of perfect that we have a lot of detail going into this area. In my mind, this is the first project that I am doing for Crafting Lore. Nefestrite's Garden, which was the first season I didn't even finish, and I wanted to go all the way down to the bottom with Nefestrite's Garden, and now that they added 64 blocks down, that's going to be a little bit more difficult to kind of achieve. But this is now Grand Exchange 3.0. Let's kind of go over what we got going. So originally I was going to have kind of markets and stalls on the left and right here, but now this is more of an entrance. I think I might have a little kiosk here at some point. But we have a our floating librarians, and these will be, all 5 of these will trade books and bookshelves. That's kind of the main idea with these, and they're just going to be a nice surplus of emeralds. I haven't come up with a story of why these guys would be here and not over with the Grand Exchange, but I feel like these guys, maybe they are the creators of the Grand Exchange, or the main merchants, or the informants, or the owners of the area. I don't know. I'll think of something, but I'm just putting them there because I just want to have a nice surplus of emeralds. So these will be the main guys to get emeralds that I'll be using. And then we'll put a little kiosk here. And then down here, it'll be full of little stalls and stuff where people can exchange. I want to make this place feel really alive. So I'm going to try playing with some note blocks to create kind of sounds and stuff. Maybe some bells going off so it sounds like people are making sales. And I want to have some mobs in some cages and stuff like that. I want to make this place feel alive, if you guys kind of catch my drift. I don't know why that sounded so weird in in my brain. But over here, sorry. The reason I'm telling you guys all this is we're working on one more thing before we start working on the Grand Exchange, and something that we're going to need for the Grand Exchange is banging villagers, and my villager converter is just slacking. So we're actually going to change back here. I've made a little area and put some of my shulker boxes over here, so we can kind of work on. This will be the project zone for the remainder of this episode. We're going to bang out a area of expertise here for converting villagers. I actually am going to plan in creative because I don't know shit about redstone enough to just wing it. I will be here all day. I have already tried winging it with redstone, and I'm just wasting too much of my recording day. I have a couple days off, and I was like, I'm going to record 2 or 3 episodes and be prepared, and I haven't recorded one because I've just been playing with redstone and troubleshooting with villagers and stuff like that. I want to be very good with villagers and improve my redstone skills, so bear with me because I'm going to have to do some cuts because this is going to be some troublesome work. I'm just trying to think of where I want to plant things and stuff like that. It's not easy. Like, come on, come with me for a second, you little... Is this bedtime? No. Oops. You little weasels. We'll take a little trip over to our converter. Alright, so this is the current converter, and it is a little bit of a mess. So we have the collection system. These are where the villagers... What? No, no, no! Oh my god, I have so many villagers. Oh, there's a converted one in there, too. Or a zombified? Words are hard. God, redstone, not my expertise. Did I mention that? So this is where the breeder's up there. We're probably going to move, actually, the breeder. We'll move... I got to name those, too, because those are my OG villagers. Literally every villager that has come from these two, so I feel like I should name those two. My main 2 breeders. So they come down here, all right? The little babies, they take some time, but they eventually grow up. Then we have a cart collection system that carries a cart, gets hit by that cactus. Now, right now, I have nothing collecting the cart. I've just been making them over and over again. I just have so much iron, I'm just like, screw it. It's not really that much trouble. But in the new system, we're going to have an area where it actually loops. It loops back, so it feeds the carts back to the dispenser, so we can not have a waste of iron, you know? And then we have the one converting chamber, which we literally just drop this down. We let homie, come on, get aggroed by me. We, see he's focused on me right now. He won't attack the villager, but the moment we leave his line of sight, you can hear him. So, he died! Oh. Wait, I've been converting villagers... I've been converting villagers a lot, and I haven't seen that once. That's so weird. Okay, anyways, so this guy, now that guy's a zombie, he's not focused on me, so we can close that, block him off. The reason we block him back off is if we convert him and we just let this guy run amok, as soon as he becomes a villager again, he's just going to change him right back. So then we throw a weakness potion on him and a golden apple, and then we just wait. And I have a little 2 stasis area or 2 cell area, so I can kind of convert 2 at once. I'd like to increase this to probably about 3. I don't need to convert a bunch of villagers. Well, I could convert a bunch of villagers at once, but it gets really difficult to convert a bunch of villagers at once and then move said villagers. It's a lot easier to like work with one villager, get them all converted, get them to the trade, and then ship them off to where you need them to like get a bunch of them, convert a bunch of them, make through all the trades, then ship them off, if that kind of makes sense. I've really thought this out. And it may sound like a crazy person or talking out my ass, but I've been playing with these guys for a really long time, and I feel like I'm really, really starting to learn some shit. So hopefully I can pass down that knowledge. And then once they're ready to convert, I kind of have this like two-tone system. So this kind of goes into the more underworld of Lornrock, and then this would shoot them all the way up here while they're in the cart, and then I would push them to where they need to go. So we're gonna, with our second system, we're going to have a two-tone system, one for shipping them off to kind of the underground areas of Lornruck, and then two for kind of shipping them along the surface. And the reason I want to have those is because Lornruck is going to be both alive underground and above the surface. So villagers are going to be a big part of making that world feel alive, so I want to make sure I can get them to their destination, if you catch my drift. But now... Whoa. Homie! Chill out. Alright. And if you were looking at the potions and you were seeing that they look a little different, I've added a texture pack or a data pack to both the enchantments and the potions that actually give them visible textures, so you're able to differentiate them between potions and stuff like that. So like the healing potion has like it's got like a heart. The vial is like a heart, and then like a potion of night vision has like an eye on it. So there's like icons and stuff like that to I don't know, make it a little bit easier when locating villagers. Whoa, my brain just saw bottom left villagers. Locating potions and enchantments and stuff like that. I think it's a nice little addition. We are going to redo Neff's Nook because I didn't have that data pack before, and now that I have this data pack, this is kind of how I did it. And the books, like, they look cool because the textures are so different. But now that they do look so different, I kind of want to make it more tied around this labeling system. Like, look at Bane of Arthropods. It literally looks like a spider. It's got little legs. Excuse me. Looting's just gold. Mending, I don't really... Is it moving? No. I really like how sharpness looks. Just a cool texture. Really pretty texture. Fortune... feather falling has a little feather on it. Like Frostwalker has ice. Like, it's efficiency I don't really understand. On breaking I don't really understand, but it's just really cool. I think it's a nice addition, and then it kind of trickles down to the weapons and stuff. I made this weapon before. No, it looks a little different, right? No, I can't tell. I barely use netherite stuff. I don't even have full netherite stuff yet. I don't even have netherite gear yet. But yeah, we're going to take what we learned from version 2 and version 1 of the Grand Exchange, and we're going to make a banging Grand Exchange. So down here, we're going to make the converter first, and I'm already looking at the recording of the video. We're going to save this for episode 3, all right? Episode 3, I'm literally just going to be working on the converter. We can learn and fail together, all right? So thank you guys so much for watching episode 2 and episode 1. If you did, I really appreciate it. I do throw a lot of work into these episodes, and this is the first time I'm actually enjoying the content I'm making a lot. Like, I have no problem watching my content back, and I'm actually like writing little notes. And like for my first episode, you guys ready? Where's my little sheet? Hold on, let me find my piece of paper. Piece of paper. Okay, so episode 2. I was going to call it revamp and improve, like in my brain. I said ease up on the swearing. I've noticed I've been swearing a little bit too much in my videos. I think it's an anxiety thing. You know when you... oh, a cat just meowed. I made a little noise. When you can't think, when you need that space, when you need extra time to say something or think about something, sometimes you swear. It's also like when someone asks you a question and you say what, but you 100% heard the question. You're just trying to buy yourself. It's like you don't even notice you're doing it, but like a subconscious kind of behavior where you're like, what? And you just want to buy yourself an extra kind of minute to think about the question. That's kind of why I think I swear in my videos. I don't notice I'm swearing as much as I do until I record it and watch it back. Ramble. I've been rambling a lot, using words like kinda, like, really trying to improve on that kind of stuff. See, like I just said it. Slow down and breathe. I've noticed that sometimes crafting lore, I'm very excited about it, and that doesn't always translate well. Sometimes I talk a little bit too fast because I'm overwhelmed. I just want to get as much information out to you guys as soon as possible, and sometimes that ends up with rambling. So anyways, I am watching my videos back more than I ever am, so videos should be improving bit by bit. And again, thank you, anyone who's watching this video. I very much appreciate it. My cat's coming over. So I'm going to pet her, feed her, and I will see you guys in episode 3 when we work on the village converter. And then we will work on the grand exchange. Okay? Okay. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.